In this practice, we can honor the water element. Water is very powerful. Water is also very soothing and relaxing. Water can find a way around obstacles. And so it is in our yoga practice. Sometimes we find those obstacles. We have to just work in fluid movement to find out what works for us. We find ways to move around those obstacles. Let's begin. Start in a cross-legged pose. And there's probably one way that you just naturally are drawn to. Cross your legs the opposite way, just for variation. You might want to sit up on a blanket or a blocks. And let's just start moving very freely in one direction. As you keep your sit bones rooted, just allow your upper body to move nicely and move the opposite direction. And allow your breath to contribute to finding more fullness in this movement. You don't want to go too fast, just to bring your awareness to the fluidity, the flow that you can get in this simple movement. Now come to all fours position. In all fours position, let's do cat-cow, but we'll just do a little variation to this. Look back at your feet. They should line up right with your knees. And on the inhale, draw your heart forward and lift your chin. On your exhale breath, just draw your pelvis back toward your heels and just move very slowly, slow flowing water element here as you draw your heart forward, chin lifts, and now draw back. And you find yourself drawing back from the navel to the spine as you reach your pelvis back to the heels. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, draw your pelvis back. Inhale, nice slow and steady movements. You're just flowing really nicely, just working with your breath to get nice attunement to the spine. Rather than keeping it rigid, you want to, in yoga, move it in many different directions to make movements of the spine very fluid, very easeful. Come now to downward facing dog. As you take a giant step with your hands forward, spread your fingers, lift your pelvis high. Now lift your heels high. And with your heels lifted high, you'll be able to swing your pelvis easily over to one side and to the other side, not too fast. This is a nice slow flow practice as you just create more awareness now to the right side, to the left side. You start to see how the physical flow starts to affect kind of the ease in your mind. And just like in the physical practice of yoga, when you discover obstacles in your practice, like rocks in the stream bed, water finds a way to get around those obstacles. And so it is in your physical practice. And you'll find that as you get this sense of the water element in your yoga practice, even off the mat, you'll be able to find that sense of flow, that sense of being able to manage with fluidity to make your way around those obstacles that present themselves. Come to all fours position. Step your right foot right between your hands. Come to a kneeling position. And as you lift yourself up in this kneeling position, take your arms out wide, reach up to the sky, and slowly turn toward your right side and reach your arms out. Inhale, take your arms up. Come back through center and twist to the opposite direction. Inhale, reach up, just moving the arms to express this freedom from the pelvis to the crown of the head. And as you reach out through the fingertips, just come to several cycles here, a nice free flow in the upper body. Again, you're taking the arms up, turning and reaching them out. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, take your hands down to the mat and step your left foot right between your hands. Align your knee right over your ankle. Reach your arms up and spread your fingers. Keep a nice distance between the hands. And now twist toward the left leg to start as you reach out. Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, expand. Inhale, back to center. Twist and expand. Inhale, up. Back through center. Exhale, expand. Inhale. Flow with freedom, with grace. Reach up. Exhale, expand. Release your hands down to the mat. Come to downward facing dog again. Lift your pelvis high. This time in the same way, we're swinging our pelvis from side to side, this time with bent knees. Lift your sit bones high so you get just a little bit more curve too, a nice fluid flow in your spine. And do the same action we were doing. Just move the pelvis from side to bring your awareness to the side body. Nice ease in your movements. And just allow a nice softness in your facial muscles. And as you come back to the center position, make your way to a standing position. So walk to the top of the mat, place your hands to the low back and rise up. Come to a wide stance. In your wide stance, turn your right toes out. I always think of the warrior poses as very strong, powerful, solid poses. So we'll combine a warrior two pose with some fluidity. As you bend your right knee, lift your arms up. Take your gaze out over your extended right arm and reach your right forearm down to the top of the thigh. Swing your left arm up and over your head. Inhale, free your right arm and rise up back to center as you straighten the front leg. Exhale, let the right hand drop back down and reach your left arm over your head. Inhale, lift yourself up, other side. Turn your right toes in, your left toes out. Bend your left knee. Draw your forearm down to the top of the thigh to come to Parsvakonasana. Just nice, easy fluidity in your movements. Inhale, free the left arm to reach it up as you straighten your front leg. Exhale, reach your left hand down as you extend your right arm over your head for a nice length there. Inhale and rise up. Exhale, release your hands. Parallel your feet. Make an elbow frame with your arms, holding onto your elbows. Draw yourself down toward the earth. And we're not going too deep here. We're just move our elbow frame side to side as a way to just get a little bit more freedom in the upper body while still getting a little bit of length in the back sides of our legs. Now you may want to bend your knees for a little bit more comfort in the back side of your legs. Relax your head and just get this nice easy movement side to side. Release your left hand to the floor and take your right hand to the low back. Turn your heart toward the right side. Reach your right arm up and over your head to take the right hand down to the earth. I like coming to fingertip top positions with the hand that's landed so that I can get a little bit more space here. So you take the left hand to the low back, reach your left arm up, spread your fingers, reach your arm over, and enjoy this nice flow from the pelvis to the armpit, all the way up through the fingertips and the crown of your head, and release your hand down. With your knees bent, place your hands to your low back and rise up. Heel toe your feet in toward each other. Come to stand tall. I like standing off the mat for balance. If you want to stay on your mat, by all means. As you come to a standing position in balance, let's see if we can create that flow, that sense of flow, that water element. There are a lot of obstacles to balancing, and you'll find them. And we always find them when we're on one foot. Let's see, as you take your weight to your left foot and lift your right leg up, to see if you can get a little bit more fluidity in the right hip by just kind of moving the leg to the side. Now, can you do that without hands? Can you do that same movement? Just getting this nice fluid action in the hip. And go counterclockwise if you were just doing clockwise movements. From here, draw your foot forward and reach it back. Just swing it nice and easily. Reach it forward and take it back. And again, reach forward and take it back and release it down. Let's do that with the opposite side. So discover your strength in the right leg before lifting your left leg up. And in the same way, just a nice fluidity, nice movement there in one direction, followed by movement in the opposite direction. And now without the support of your hand, can you expand nicely and still get that movement? As you find the stability in the right leg, can you find freedom of movement in your left leg? Now reach your foot forward with straight leg. Reach your foot back. Reach your foot forward and back. Again, reach it forward and back, keeping a nice stable foundation. Forward and back, and release it down. Come to sit in whatever way works for you. I like coming to sit through a squat pose. Let's see if we can do that with a bit of fluidity. As you draw your pelvis down, all the way down, can you land nice and easily? So come to a wide stance in Upavishtha Konasana. I like a little elevation in this pose. So I'm going to get a blanket underneath me, and maybe you need that elevation too to feel like you've got a little bit more freedom, a little bit more possibility for flow. So reach your right hand from the inside of the right knee all the way toward the inner right ankle as you reach your left arm up and over. Inhale, rise up. And when you did this nice flowing action, did you feel the left sit bone kind of leave the earth? I did. So see if you can just kind of back off just slightly so that you can keep your pelvis rooted, the two sit bones rooted nicely. Take your left hand to the inner knee, let it glide toward the ankle as you reach your right arm up and over. Inhale, stay rooted through the right sit bone to rise up. We'll do that again. Reach the right arm, extend the left arm up and over. Inhale, rise up, other side, reach, just let it slide easily, just nice easeful movement, rise up. Again, slide the hand toward the foot and reach up and over. Inhale, rise up, slide the hand toward the foot, opposite arm lifts up and over. Inhale, rise up. Now come to lie on your back with your knees bent. As you lie down, plant your feet hip distance apart with your elbows supporting a nice anchored upper chest. Lift your pelvis up. Exhale, draw it down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, down. Keep your pelvis down. Place your hands right at your hip points, that bony part of the pelvis, and draw your waistline away from the mat. Just get this nice fullness. Exhale and draw from the navel back to the waistline. Inhale, just get your spine to move nicely. This nice easy flow. Inhale, you open the chest nicely, you find this fullness. Exhale, you draw back. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Come back to what feels like the center of that movement with your feet planted nicely, your elbows pressing again. Inhale, lift your pelvis up. This time, come to the baby toe side of your feet so that your knees go wide as you lift up. Exhale, draw your knees together and lower yourself down. Inhale, lift your pelvis up again. Draw your knees apart as you come to the baby toe side of the feet and open the pelvis nicely. Exhale, draw the knees together and lower yourself to the mat. Inhale, lift your pelvis up. Keep a nice lift as you take the knees wide apart. Pull your knees in toward each other and lower your pelvis down. Release your arms. Release your legs by straightening your legs out. Soften your facial muscles. Take your attention to your breath. Imagine the stillness of water, maybe in a pond. But there is still this undercurrent of flow. Let that be the nice softness and easeful movement of your breath. The breath flows in and out long. You breathe in and out long. You breathe in and out long. Just maintain a nice easeful in-breath and out-breath, a nice free flow of the breath. Feels so natural, so easeful. Breathe in deep. Breathe out long. Breathe in deep. Breathe out long. Breathe in deep. Breathe out long. Breathe in deep. And out long. On your next in-breath, bend your knees to plant your feet. Take your arms up and over your head. Just get this nice fullness here. Draw over to the side. And slowly lift yourself up to come to seated. Working with the water element. We discovered this nice free flow in our practice, which extends to our state of being, our state of awareness. Nice freedom in the flow. As obstacles come, we find ways to flow around them, to keep moving. To honor the many great teachings of yoga, we bow. Namaste.